Never stop reading the Bible. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really powerful prophecy from the book of Hosea, chapters 6 through 10, that documents a nation's tragic decline. And the text, as you can see, kicks things off with what seems like a pretty clear solution for restoration, a genuine relationship with God.
So, that's the big question, right? If the path back was so clear, why didn't they take it? That's really the heart of this whole story. So let's trace the steps of their downfall, which, believe it or not, all began with a nation that was basically rotting from the inside.
The very first symptom of this deep spiritual sickness is laid out for us in chapter 7, and it's just one word: chaos. I mean, the prophecy paints this vivid picture of a society completely unraveling, where turmoil was just the new normal. And to really get a handle on this instability, just look at this number, 6. In just a little over 30 years, the nation chewed through 6 different kings. And leadership wasn't passed down peacefully, it was changing hands through one violent revolution after another.
You can see that chaos perfectly right here on this timeline. I mean, look at those dates. This wasn't a stable transfer of power. It was just a constant, brutal cycle of conspiracy and bloodshed right at the very top. So instead of turning back to God in the middle of this crisis, what did they do? They looked for man-made solutions. They started trying to make deals with foreign countries and got lost in their own internal power grabs. But of course, these actions only made things worse and pulled them even further from the only one who could actually help.
Okay, so all that chaos, that was just a symptom. Chapter 8 really gets to the core diagnosis, and it shows that all that turmoil was the result of one thing: a direct and frankly deliberate betrayal of God.
And the prophecy uses this incredibly powerful metaphor of a trumpet blast to get the point across. It's like an alarm bell screaming that their actions have consequences. It's a stark warning that judgment isn't just possible, it's right around the corner. Now, what's so interesting here is how clearly this lays out the choice they made. On one side, you have the path God laid out for them, but on the other, that's the path they chose, relying on themselves, making deals with other nations, and worshiping idols they literally made with their own 2 hands.
So, after establishing this clear betrayal, Chapter 9 moves on to detail the sentence, which was, at this point, unavoidable. All the blessings they once enjoyed as God's people, well, they were now being revoked.
This quote is just such a powerful summary of what happened. The very land that was promised to them, this amazing gift, it was about to become a source of pain and sorrow, all because they had been so ungrateful and unfaithful.
And the punishment wasn't random at all. It was a logical, step-by-step reversal of the blessings they had totally taken for granted. First, their prosperity vanished. Then the land itself basically turned on them. And the final blow? They were physically removed from their home, forced into exile. So, here's the crucial point. What was the ultimate spiritual failure that led to this whole disaster? Well, chapter 10 gives us the final verdict.
And this is it, the absolute core of the problem: a divided heart. See, Israel didn't just reject God outright. They actually tried to have it both ways. They tried to worship God and the false idol Baal. And that compromise was something God considered an unacceptable betrayal. Their attempt to hedge their bets spiritually ended up being their downfall. The text makes it absolutely clear that this kind of division couldn't last, and for them, it ultimately led them down a path of no return.
And you know, this ancient warning leaves us with a question that's just as powerful today. It's a timeless, provocative question about the consequences of a divided heart, not just for a nation, but for any one of us.
This explainer was based on materials from the Center Studio. Thank you so much for watching.